Hi there. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Elizabeth Larrick, trial lawyer turned trial consultant. And today I want to share this video about how to DIY do-it-yourself virtual focus groups. Now, this video is just a short overview, but I've written longer blog articles about this, and you can find those in the notes. So, why would trial lawyers want to run virtual focus groups? Well, they're super convenient, they're inexpensive, and they can help you get results, make decisions quickly in cases when you need to move fast. You can make decisions like whether to settle or go to trial, what witnesses to use, what evidence to use, and how to sequence that evidence at trial. So many lawyers out there are using Zoom focus groups. That's why I want to help you be able to create your own in-house focus group system. So let's talk about the 6 steps that you could use to create your own Zoom focus group system in-house. Number 1, set up your system. That means you need to pick the technology you're going to use, how you're going to record, how you're going to pay people, just that mundane stuff that you're going to use over and over again. And trust me, you want to go ahead and make that decision early so you don't waste time later on having to redecide and make decisions again when you're just going to be repeating the system over and over again. Number 2, how to get participants. This is my number 1 question that I get often and frequently when I run my webinars about how to set up your own systems. It can feel very overwhelming. Where do you get these people? Are they going to be quality people? Well, let me just tell you, sometimes you got to cast a wide net, and then you have to take a little bit of patience to get people that you want. But don't worry, there are lots of folks out there who are working at home, who have flexible jobs that want to do this. It's not just going to be a bunch of Uber drivers or other people who are freelancers. Okay, so you're going to have some folks. So again, go to Craigslist, go to Facebook, go to Nextdoor, post things in Facebook groups. There are lots of places to find folks that can fit in an hour or 2 hours of a focus group at different times in the day. You will need to probably be flexible on when you run those, and that will also help you be able to gather more people up depending on your flexibility on when you run them. Number 3, you're going to have to figure out how to screen and select folks, because you could get a lot of people applying or you could get very few. But either way, you want to make sure that you're setting up a system so you can look at information and make decisions. For example, you may want to go ahead and gather on the front end people's email addresses, where they work, their schedule, and their telephone number, where they live. And this will also help you be able to go backtrack and realize, are these folks who actually live in the US or do they live somewhere else? This process will significantly help you reduce scammers that may show up trying to get into your focus group. And trust me, you don't want that, because that is not usable information and super frustrating when it does happen, because it's happened to me. All right. So you may be thinking, okay, 3 steps. This seems pretty easy, Elizabeth, but here's the thing. I've got a free download for you. I'm going to put it in the notes, and it's a starter kit that you've got confidentiality. It's got a Gmail form that I use to gather information up, and a few other things that I think are helpful for people who are just now starting out, and maybe they're thinking, how in the world do I even create this stuff? You can use mine. I want you to use it. It's a free download. All right, now let's go back to those steps. Step number 4. You need to plan and prepare your presentation. It's really not great to try and wing it in there, because trust me, those folks will know if you are winging it. So think about carving out some time to really look at, what are the goals of my focus group? How many cases am I going to run? And how am I going to kind of create a flow of presentation? What facts am I going to include? What am I going to exclude? This is a really important piece, because you don't necessarily want to put information into your focus group that could really taint and bias the whole group. And especially if that particular fact or evidence is not even coming into court. All right, so we've got lots of rules out there, different places that you may be doing these, different jurisdictions you may have. For example, in Texas, the fact that someone does not have a driver's license in a regular car wreck, not a commercial vehicle collision, does not come into evidence. However, I will tell you from experience, dropping that fact into a focus group will explode it and completely bias all the information that you will get after that, because they just can't wiggle it out of their minds and it becomes their whole deciding factor. You don't want that. You want to be able to have a presentation that gives them the information and then allows you to ask questions to help answer your questions, not cause more confusion. All right, number 5. Finally, we're getting to it. You are going to run your Zoom focus group, yay, or on whatever platform you chose. And this is exciting, right? So you're going to hit the go button. People are going to come in. Please don't forget to record it. I have totally done that. Absolutely. It's very painful. However, get in there and have a great time. But remember, it's really important if you're moderating this thing, you're not just watching it. If you're moderating, asking questions, please write those questions down. I promise it will significantly help you with the jitters you may have or with keeping all these folks on task with where you're trying to go in your focus group. Number 6, you've finished everything, hooray, and now it's time to debrief and really ask, what did they actually say? I always enjoy doing a debrief immediately after I finish my Zoom focus group because things are fresh on my mind. And it's really helpful if you're doing it with other people who are in there observing or other lawyers on your case because they'll have a different point of view and they'll hear something different and kind of bringing that all together. Now, I always record that as well because I want to kind of free flow those ideas, have it recorded, and then also later on that transcript's going to come back to me. But that's also super helpful to then later go back and look again when you're trying to analyze it later on down the road, getting ready for maybe it's mediation or trial. Special note here, please make sure that you organize and save all of your wonderful focus group materials, your video, your notes, and your debrief session recording and put it in a place where you can go find it easily. So many times when lawyers run these focus groups, they sit in, they watch, and then they never go back to that information again. This is hard work. You're putting a lot of time and effort into putting together these focus groups. Don't forget there's lots of gold in there. You want to go back and squeeze that orange and look at that information again to make sure that you've mined everything that you have and you can put it into actionable steps that will help your case preparation or trial preparation wherever you may be in your cycle of the case. All right. Again, don't forget there's 2 long blogs that I've written about this. If you want to get into the details, the link will be in the notes along with the link to the download for getting you started with a few forms if you're going out to do those Zoom focus groups. All right. I'm Elizabeth Larrick, here to help you run your own Zoom focus groups. Thanks so much.